Welcome to Ferrari of Lake Forest. Now, this dealership is usually closed to the public, but we're in here today because of the Caffeine and Cavalinos, a new event that they're trying out. This one's the first one, hopefully not the last, and now I get to show you guys around this amazing dealership because this is just a precursor. These are the regular Ferraris that we get to look at today because there are so many gems, because not only is this Ferrari of Lake Forest, but it is also Koenigsegg of Chicago. And yes, there are a couple eggs in here. And on top of that, just a wide variety of some incredible Ferraris and some other hypercars as well. But if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. It's going to be a great time today, and I hope you stick around. We're here with Max. Now, the first goodie today is the all-new Purosangue. I actually haven't filmed one of these for the channel yet, but I've gotten to experience the car quite a bit in the past. I've got to ride in one as well, one of the prototypes. But this is Ferrari's new FUV, the Ferrari utility vehicle, because an SUV, no, we don't like those. But this is a super cool car. 6.5-liter V12 making 715 horsepower. And the car just looks fantastic. It doesn't look like an SUV. It looks like a Ferrari. Absolutely love these cars. Would love to have one in action on the channel at some point in the near future. And just look at it. It is a Ferrari to its core, and it is just a very special car. Absolutely love this thing.
It doesn't look like a real car. It looks like so futuristic, like the tail lights and the scoops and the quarter panels. Like, it doesn't look like a real car.
Also, you might notice I am now on a new camera and I have a mic. I'm on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is an absolutely fantastic rig. I'm still trying to figure it out because the camera sort of has a mind of its own, and so just bear with me. And yeah, I'm really excited to be using this on the channel from here on out.
Whoa. Yeah, let's go over here.
I guess we're going over here. So yeah, this is the Hypercar Row, and I guess Race Car Row now as well, because not only is Lake Forest a Ferrari and Koenigsegg dealer, but they're also a Pininfarina dealer. And here are three all-new Battistas, the new all-electric hypercar based on the Rimac Nevera. And these things just look super cool. I think they look a lot better than the Nevera, in my opinion. And this car is actually familiar on the channel. If you saw about 6 months ago, I saw this car up in Minnesota when I went to go film the 110, and I absolutely love the spec. But back then, this thing was absolutely crowded, and now it's not. So I get to look at it without 15,000 people sitting in front of it. And next to it, I did mention Koenigsegg's, and well, here's one. A Regera in Azzurro Tetius, which is a Lamborghini color, more specifically the launch color for the original Aventador Roadster. And it's got a white, somewhat white interior. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but goodness me, this thing looks fantastic. And also here in this lineup are a couple of Corvette race cars that look super cool, and a 4th-gen Camaro as well. Never once before did you see a 4th-gen Camaro and a Regera in the same lineup, but that's just Lake Forest things, I guess. And continuing on with the hypercars here, we got a Moser MT900S. Now, this car also featured on the channel before in the Road America video. I mean, these are just so cool. One of only 18 or so cars, just super rare, super cool, all-American, basically a race car for the road. I know that term is used a lot nowadays, but just an incredible car, and real honor to get to see it here. And speaking of race cars, 512 BBLM. That is awesome. And Lake Forest also goes pretty crazy with their atelier, not just in the cars in here, but I mean, the setup is super cool. But while we're talking about the cars in here, let's talk about the cars in here, because we have the two Icona series Ferraris, the first of which is the Monza SP2, the 2-seater, open roof, no windshield, super cool car based on the 812 Superfast, and this thing's just a riot. Can't imagine what it's like to review one of these because, well, the audio quality might be lacking, but who knows? I haven't reviewed one yet. And speaking of cars I would like to review, the other Icona series Ferrari, the Daytona SP3, based off of the LaFerrari Aperta, and the only difference between this and the Aperta are two main differences. One, this is lacking the hybrid powertrain, so it is just purely a V12, and second thing, the V12 is bigger than the LaFerrari. The LaFerrari is 6'3", this one's a 6'5". And the third thing, I think this looks so much better than the LaFerrari. Again, same with the Purosangue. I haven't filmed one of these on the channel, but I have spent some time around them. And this thing looks like a Ferrari from the 23rd century. I mean, the strakes everywhere. It's just super cool. Based on the 1967 Ferrari 330 P3. but it is brought into the modern era and beyond because, I mean, just look at those rear haunches back there. It's just insane. And having the Lego Technic one gives me even more of an appreciation for this incredible design. Just love this car. I would love, 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 love to review one at some point in the future. And now walking into the service department to some really special goodies here, because walking in here we see a black Ferrari Enzo. I mean, one of the GOATs, one of my favorite cars of all time. In fact, it was my second favorite car growing up behind the F50, and black is just a really cool color for it, because anything that's not red is immediately rare and probably interesting. Now, I don't know how many Enzos were made in black, or at least I can't remember off the top of my head, but here's the number on the screen that I could find on Ferrari Chat or something like that. What do you think of black Enzo?
Huh? What are you doing?
I asked you, what are your thoughts on black Enzo?
Oh, I didn't know this was an Enzo.
What did you think it was?
Pista?
Okay. And speaking of pistas, here's another one behind it in blue Electrico with yellow stripes. Super cool, owned by the 312 Supercars collection. One of my favorite pistas out there. I actually saw this car get delivered almost 6 years ago now. Time really does fly, and I mean, this spec is just something special. This one's been modified as well to make even more power. It's lowered on Anarchy wheels, full exterior carbon options. I mean, just a wild spec and something I just absolutely adore. Very cool car, this one. And you can't say the words iconic in Ferrari without mentioning this, the F40. Now this one's a US car, one of only 219. Now I've made it clear in the past that I prefer the Euro spec, but I mean, it's still an F40. F40 is always cool to see. Euro or US, geez, I'm not speaking well today. And I think this one's just inventory here at Lake Forest. Looks super nice. Original paint by the looks of it, because you could still see the weave of the carbon. And Tim's just admiring it over there. And there's another blue Pista. Looking absolutely fantastic. And there are plenty of goodies in here, just like another Regera. I think that's the same color as the one in the other building, but that one's got some stripes on it too. And a full white interior in that one as well. That looks pretty cool. And next to it too, that 16M, one of my favorites. And here's yet another car in blue Electrico. This 296 is a very nice spec. Silver wheels with the yellow calipers, and look at this interior. White Daytona buckets with the blue inserts there. This thing is super cool. No exterior carbon, so it's a much more classy spec, but my goodness, this is one of my favorite 296s I've seen. And walking through the showroom, lots of green Ferraris here today, but this Roma looks pretty cool because it's on gold wheels from the factory, and not too many green on gold wheel Ferraris come from the factory, so this looks pretty cool. I think this is Verde British, which looks absolutely fantastic. But the whole range is represented here. Got the 812 GTS, got an SF90 with the, this is a Assetto Fiorano car as well with the carbon wheels, looking absolutely spectacular. And check out this F8. Not sure what shade of red this is, but this metallic looks absolutely gorgeous. Really cool stuff. And lots of challenge cars here as well. The 488 Challenge looking quite cool. There's also plenty of incredible cars out here as well, because at the end of the day, this is a car show. And just walking along here, got a couple 488s. Oh, there's a nice GT4 RS over there. And a new GT3 RS. Cool stuff. Got a Rosso Dino SF90 Stradale looking absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is a cool spec because there are not many Rosso Dino cars out there, and this one's got a tan interior as well. Very nice 360, Porto M, 355s. Just lots of really cool stuff out here today. But I want to pay your attention to this, because this 250 GT supposedly was Enzo Ferrari's personal car. I don't have any proof to back that up, but this thing is a regular at a lot of shows in the area, and it's just really cool to see, because at the end of the day, this is an unrestored 250, so regardless if it was Enzo's or not, it is still extremely cool. Got a pair of blue Ferraris here, the blue TDF SF90 Stradale next to the blue Electrico F8 Spider. Electrico, one of my favorite colors, just super cool. And this F12, absolutely gorgeous as well. I mean, I think this is Rosso Berlinetta, I could be wrong, but regardless, still looks really cool. And while I was over there, this 430 Scud just pulled in. Grigio Silverstone, full red interior, kind of matching the Portofino M next to it, but This is an absolute top spec. The Scuderia is one of my favorite cars as well, but gray with red guts is always a win, and the Scuderia is just timeless. I mean, look at that. One of the most beautiful cars from the early 2000s, in my humble opinion, and pulling in is a 296. I like these a lot too. And that's about it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the new camera as well. Still trying to figure it out and having a couple teething troubles because the thing seems to have a mind of its own. It's kind of pointing itself in various directions. So still trying to figure that out, but all of that will be done in due course. And I mean, look at these two. Looking absolutely fantastic. I mean, this SP3, it's one of my favorite cars out. I think it's my favorite new car, in fact. And I hope to get to have more of these on the channel in the not too distant future. But if you guys did enjoy this video, remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, this is me, Patrick, the King of Cars. Thank you for watching. Take care. And speaking of icons... Oh my God, Tim.
I was building that one up for a minute.
That was definitely a Hypercar Row.
Jeez. Oh, there's a Barchetta over there. I didn't even notice.
More like a bird cat.